Hi, this yoga class today is for shoulder health and strength. I'm Laura. This is Kuhn, Kraft, Yoga and Design. And today we're going to move through a short process of warming up into the shoulders, doing some stretches, going into a quick flow, and then ending with some active strengthening into the shoulders, into the upper body. So for today, if you have one, you may want to have a yoga strap with you. If you don't have a yoga strap, you could use an extra long towel, or if you don't have either of those handy with you right now, I'll offer you an option for you to take just in case you need that. So whenever you're ready, I'll go ahead and start just in a cross-legged seat. So get comfortable, maybe sit up on a folded blanket if you'd like to sit a little bit higher, but we're gonna start with some simple shoulder stretches. So from here, just allow the shoulders to relax, sit up nice and tall, feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. From here, we're gonna begin just by lifting the right shoulder only, drawing the right shoulder up and as close to the right ear as much as you can, and then just let it drop. Let's do that with the left side. Lift and squeeze up towards the left ear, and then allow it to drop. Allow it to feel heavy and just drop as fast and with as much weight as you can. Fully release. Well, let's do that again. Lift the right shoulder and drop. Lift the left side, drop it down. Lift the right, drop. Up with the left and drop. Let's do both shoulders this time. Shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears. Drop them both down. Bring them up and then drop. Couple more times, up and drop. One more and release it down. From here, we're going to take some nice stretches into the shoulders. So we're going to bring both of the fingertips or the hands to the shoulders. And we're going to have the fingertips extended. So imagine like you have one of those giant frosted cupcakes underneath your hand and you're trying not to squish it. So the fingertips are just resting gently on the top of the shoulders. And the elbows are open up wide. Try to keep them nice and open, and the collarbone to begin with, nice and open as well. From here, we're going to take some shoulder rotations. So we are going to change the shape as we move. Start to lift up with the chest. Draw the elbows up. So you have a little back bend here. And then from here, we're going to start to bring the elbows together. Curl in with the back. Allow the chin to tuck. Maybe tuck the tailbone slightly as well. Rounding and opening into the back of the shoulders as we come down. From here, the elbows separate. And we start to draw the elbows back. At the same time, those shoulder blades come together. As we squeeze the shoulder blades together and open up our wings. Gazing up, again, rotating slowly with the elbows. Once more, they return to the sky. And from here, we start to come back into that motion of folding over, rounding into the front body. And then we're going to open up, feeling all those juices flowing into the shoulders, really rotating, trying to go for bigger circles if you can. Elbows come around to the front once more as we make this one last time in this direction. We'll come back, squeeze those shoulder blades, return back to our starting position with our wings open. And from here, we're going to go ahead and reverse that motion. So we're going to go ahead and take this to the back this time. And then come forward. So instead of going backwards, we're coming forward with the elbows, rounding and then lifting with the chest as the elbows connect, and then come back once more to the sky. Chest is lifted, the elbows come back behind you, shoulder blades come back together. Start to round into the back as you curl forward. And then bring the elbows back into the front of the body again. Lift up. Open up to the sky. Last round, curling forward, lifting, one more back bend, and open up the wings up wide. Draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale, release the hands down. Maybe give the shoulders a wiggle. You can also go ahead and flap the arms. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Allow the hands to Give yourself a nice tap. Let them be free. Nobody's watching. This will feel good on the shoulders. It'll wake up the upper body, the back, the lungs, the chest. And when you're ready, relax. From here, if you have that strap, let's go ahead and grab it. If you don't have a strap, I'm going to go ahead and show you what you can do as an option as well. And if you're taking this option, well, either way, we're going to come to a kneeling. So go ahead and come to a kneeling position, hips lifted. If you don't have the strap, you'll go ahead and take an interlace of the fingers behind you. And then you open and stretch through the front of the shoulders by lifting the chest. And then maybe drawing the palms down towards the earth. Slowly come out. Release the hands. Maybe flip and take a different interlace of the fingers. And doing that once more. Lifting the chest. Starting to reach a little further down with the hands. Opening to the front of the shoulders. Also getting a little back bend here. So, take breaks when you need to. Work on those shoulder openers. If you have the strap, we'll take the option with the strap. From here, I have a pretty long strap, so I'm going to fold mine in half. And I'm sure you've seen these before, but they're shoulder flossing stretches. So we'll start with our hands out wide. You may need to adjust because your shoulders may be much tighter than you expect. So work on the length of your strap or towel and hold your hands out in front of you. From here, try to keep the body, the torso neutral and keep the hips in the same position they're at. And from here, we're just going to move the arms, rotating, opening the shoulders up, bringing the strap to the back of the body. And then slowly reversing, coming out of it, bringing the hands in front of you. We're going to go ahead and keep rotating like that, nice, slowly and controlled. Take the hands from the back and to the front. And if you want to try to make this more active, it is so challenging to try to keep a little bit of slack in that strap or towel as you move to the back. For me, it's almost impossible. Once I get to the back, I can create the slack, but moving towards the front, it tends to come out of it. If you're not using a strap and you're taking those shoulder openers with the interlace of the fingers, go ahead and take some breaks. Keep moving in and out of the pose, just as we are moving in and out of this stretch here as well. We'll take 3 more of these. Your shoulders are probably feeling pretty warm. There's 1. 2. And 3. Returning to the front or unwinding the fingers. Relax the shoulders. You're done with the strap, so you can just toss that out of the way and be done with it for now. And then we'll come into a tabletop position. So let's go ahead and walk the knees back so that they come underneath the hips. Adjust so that the shoulders are right over the wrists. And then feel the weight into the wrists. Allow the back to be nice and neutral. From here, we're going to take some shoulder dips. So this is not cat and cow. We're only working into the shoulders. So I want you to think about, first, we're going to draw the shoulder blades together. So just my chest is lowering, but my shoulder blades are starting to touch. I'm trying to squeeze like a pencil or something small in between the shoulder blades. And then I'm going to push into the mat. Round into the upper body. I'm not tucking my tailbone. I am just spreading my shoulder blades nice and wide across my back. We're going to do that again. Dip the chest, draw the shoulder blades together, and then spread them out wide. Press into the mat, just widening across the back of the shoulders for 2. Lower and squeeze. Lift and separate for 3. Lower and squeeze for 4. Move the shoulder blades apart. Lower down for 5. Move the shoulders apart for 5. Let's take 3 more. Again, we're really working into the shoulders. Lift. Lower and squeeze. Very active, small movement, but a lot going on. An area where we tend to get very tight. Last one. Let's separate the shoulders. And then go ahead and come back into neutral in your tabletop. From here, we're going to inhale, the left arm open. Take a great big stretch. Open up the fingertips, open up the chest. And then let's go ahead and thread the needle. We're going to enjoy a little stretch here for a moment. Lower the left side of the face to the mat. Open up into the back of that right shoulder. And breathe. Take about 3 breaths here before we get active again. And from here, let's press the right hand into the earth. We'll open up the left hand again. Open up nice and wide. And then from here, let's place the left hand down. Allow it a moment to relax before we move into the next move. For the next posture, we're going to keep the right hand planted. Take the left hand to the back of the head. So we're opening up our little wing again. And we're going to come into that twist just as we did at the beginning before our thread the needle pose. And then rotate, open up to the left. Notice you may be much more restricted by not having the arm open. We're trying to twist through the upper body, open up into the shoulder and the chest. This isn't something that we're leading with our neck. We're using our upper body and the strength of our spine. Go ahead and return back to neutral. We'll take 4 more of those. Inhale, open. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, open for 3. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, open for 4. Exhale, come back to face the mat. 1 more. Exhale, go ahead and release that left arm. Very good. We'll go ahead and take that sequence over onto the other side. So from here, we're going to inhale the right arm up into the sky. Opening up into the right side of the chest this time. Really reach with those right fingertips. And then exhale. We're going to enjoy that nice little thread the needle pose. Sink into it. Allow the right side of the face to come to the earth. Maybe press a little more into the mat with your left hand to stretch further into the back of that right shoulder. And breathe. When you're ready, let's press into the mat firmly with the left hand so we can rise up off of the mat. Open up once more with the right hand. Bring the fingertips up towards the sky. Really reach open. And then return the right hand down towards the mat. From here, we're going to take that little challenge again. Keep the left hand planted. From here, the right hand comes to the back of the head. So our right wing is opening out to the side of the ear. Try to keep the right elbow open. As you inhale, twist, lifting the right chest towards the right side of the room. Exhale, facing the mat. We'll take 4 more. Open up, rotate. Exhale, return to face the mat. Inhale, open. Exhale, facing the mat again. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and take 2 more of those. It's a challenge. It's kind of those feels good, but it does require a little bit of work. Last one. And we'll go ahead and close it up. release it down. You can come back and shift into a child's pose for a moment. Maybe even bring the arms alongside you if the shoulders are requiring a short break here. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Awesome. When you're ready, let's go ahead and shift up. We'll come through tabletop, tuck the toes, and push back into our downward facing dog. Taking a moment here in our downward facing dog because of course this is also a nice builder for our strength into our shoulders. And your heels, of course, don't need to be touching the ground. You can pedal out for a moment to start in your downward facing dog. I can tell I'm pretty tight into my calves today. Now thinking about the shoulders, we're going to press firmly into the mat, really pressing into the inside, into the index and the thumbs of the hands so that we protect the wrists. Get a little bit more stronger on the inside of the hands. From here, we're going to wrap the biceps so they come along the outside of the ears at the same time. This forces the shoulders to open up wide across the back. Think about the shoulders spreading wide, just as we did in that tabletop position. We want them to fold and spread across the back. When you're ready, we're going to shift forward, coming up high onto the heels, or onto the toes, lifting the heels, coming into our plank pose. Maybe adjusting your stance. Hold here in your plank. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to shift forward slightly, bringing the shoulders in front of the wrists. Start to bend the elbows. Bring the elbows in tightly to the side as you chaturanga, only halfway down. And then from here, let's push back up into plank pose. From plank, we're going to roll over onto our right foot, stack the feet, coming into side plank. Lifting up onto the right hand, and the left hand comes up towards the sky in your side plank. From here, let's go ahead and inhale. Stretch the left arm up and overhead, staying lifted. Very good. Let's set the left foot, becomes our support foot as we draw the right knee in to connect with the left elbow, creating a bit of core strength as we stay strong with that right shoulder. From this connection, let's go ahead and allow the right foot to come out and open up into a supported or followed triangle, lifting the hips, lifting the left arm up to the sky. Very good. From your fallen triangle, we're going to rotate the chest, bring the left hand down towards the earth. Can you lift the right foot up off of the mat? Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Draw the right knee into the chest. Tiger curl, rounding into the upper back. And then set the right foot back to come into your plank pose. From plank pose, we're going to push back and come into our downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, sigh it out. One more inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. From downward dog, we'll come into turbo dog. What is turbo dog? Turbo dog is lowering the forearms to hover just above the mat. So we're lowered with our elbows just an inch or two off of the mat. The head is lowered, coming in between the upper arms. Holding here. Inhale. Exhale, release. One more inhale. On the next exhale, let's lower the forearms all the way down onto the mat, coming into dolphin. If you'd like, you can also interlace the fingers in your dolphin pose. Maybe walk the feet in slightly. Keep the head hanging in between the upper arms, pushing back into the shoulders. Pushing into the mat with the forearms, holding for your dolphin pose. Inhale. And exhale. Another inhale. And exhale.
From dolphin, press back up, come into your downward facing dog. Maybe change your stance, adjust however you need. Our bodies are all different. You may need to lengthen. Holding in your downward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, shift forward, coming back into plank. Coming onto the toes, holding in plank. Press firmly into the mat, separating, widening across the shoulders. And then start to shift forward. Inhale. Shoulders come just in front of the wrists. Start to bend the elbows, chaturanga, halfway lower. Push up, come back into plank. This is quite a strength builder. Let's roll onto the left side this time, stacking the feet, coming into plank on the left side. Lifting the right arm up. Let's inhale. Draw the right arm overhead. Enjoy a little stretch as you still strengthen into the left shoulder. From here, we're going to separate the feet. Use the right foot as the support foot. Draw the left knee in to meet the right elbow. From here, set the left foot down. Lift the hips. Come into your fallen triangle. Feels so good. From your fallen triangle, set the right hand down. Rotate the chest to face the mat. Maybe lift the left foot up off of the mat. Hover the left foot for 3, 2, 1. Start to curl the left knee in. Rotate onto the toes of the right foot. Tiger curl. Draw the knee in. And then step the left foot back, coming into plank. Inhale. And exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Exhale it out. Very good. Inhale. And exhale, release. Let's try our turbo dog again. Lower the forearms, but not all the way, just hovering off of the ground. Holding for 3 breaths. From turbo dog, coming into dolphin. You can interlace the fingers. You can have the forearms flat, the palms flat on the earth, whatever feels good for you. Maybe walking the feet in. Press into those forearms. Really compress the chest towards the thighs. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk the feet back slightly if you had them in. Separate the forearms if they were together and push back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. From downward facing dog, let's go ahead and shift forward. Allow the knees to plant onto the mat. Take a quick break in your child's pose. You deserve it. Bring the arms alongside the legs so that the shoulders can rest. That was our quick flow. It was quite a strength builder. I believe, you got to believe it. The next part is also strength building. A little more active, targeted activation into the shoulders. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and push ourselves up, walk ourselves forward, and come onto our bellies. From here, we'll allow our forehead to connect with the mat. The next movements will only be into the shoulders and into the arms, so your forehead and torso will stay connected with the mat. No need to make any extra movement in those areas. We're just focusing on building strength into the shoulders and into the back body. So we'll go ahead and lower down. Hopefully this doesn't get too loud into my mic. From here, we'll take the arms out to a 90-degree cactus shape. And then the hands can be in fists with the palms facing down. We'll begin by lifting the elbows up and drawing the shoulder blades together. But only take the elbows about 3 or 4 inches up off the mat, not to your highest ability. So ease off. We're just going to come up slightly up off of the mat and then lower for 1, lift, and lower for 2, lift, lower for 3. We're going for 10, if you're wondering. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. And you're probably really feeling that because we've been doing a lot into the shoulders. And even though you didn't go to your max height, you're probably still feeling it. But now we're going to change it up and we're going to lift, or we're going to take first. We're going to keep our hands in fists, but we're going to point the thumbs up towards the sky this time. The forehead still stays down onto the mat. And this time when we lift, we're going to lift and squeeze as high as we can. So lift the elbows up off of the mat, drive the shoulder blades together, squeeze the back body together for 1, and lower. Lift and squeeze for 2, and lower. Lift and squeeze for 3, and relax. Up and down. Up and down. I think that's 6. Lift and lower for 7. Lift and lower for 8. Up and down for 9. Last one, up and lower down for 10. Very good. For the next pose, I am going to have to move a little bit to the side of my mat just so I'm not running into my couch. Again, forehead down onto the mat, changing the shape of the arms by having them out, straight out to a T shape. And then again, hands are in fists, but the thumbs are facing up towards the sky. This time, we're going to lift the arms. They're heavier this time because they're out further. Draw the shoulder blades together. Same concept, different shape of the arms, going for 10, 9, 8, moving slowly, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms. You can even bring them in towards your side. Who needs weights when we have body weight, right? So again, keeping the forehead down on the mat, this time changing the shape of the arms once more. We're going to bring the arms up and overhead to this V, or well, that'd be more like a Y shape, I guess, we're creating with our body. And from here, if you want to keep the hands in fists, you can. Palms or the thumbs facing up is what I want to say. And again, we're going to do those lift and lowers for 10. Lift up for 10 and lower down. Try to keep the head and the neck relaxed, just using the shoulders. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. This one's definitely harder. The arms are overhead, making them heavier. Do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold on the last one for 5, 4. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms. Bring them in towards your side. Allow them to relax. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Very good. From here, before we move
too quickly and coming out of this pose, let's go ahead and pause for a moment in Sphinx, allowing the elbows just to come in front of you, lifting up through the heart center. Relax. And then from Sphinx, we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, coming into baby cobra, lifting, using the hands pressing into the mat, drawing the elbows in towards the sides and lifting with the chest. Lower down. Next time, lifting up into the baby cobra once more. Maybe staying right here or activating into the back, lifting the hands up off the mat and holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Lower down, press into the mat, shift the hips back, and then sit back onto the heels. Closing with just a nice shoulder stretch. Interlace the fingers behind you. Open up into the front of the shoulders after working into the shoulders a lot this morning. Exhale, release. Let's change the interlace of the fingers. So you take the opposite thumb on top now, and then start to reach back with the palms, stretch, maybe lift the hands and the arms a little higher, stretching. And let's release. One final stretch. Let's go ahead and cross the right hand or the right arm in front and across the body. Go ahead and take a hold of that upper arm with the left hand and just go ahead and give yourself a nice gentle hug. Change it out. Bringing the left arm across the body, wrapping the right arm in front, taking a hold of that left upper arm and just giving it a little squeeze. And release the arms. Shake it out. Feel good. That was really, for a short amount of time, that was a barely big variety of shoulder opening and stretching and strengthening. So a great all-around class to return back to if you feel like you need to work a little bit more into your shoulders, or if you're feeling really tight into your shoulders and upper body, you need to create strength in that area so you can counteract some of our everyday postures that aren't really great for us, like hanging out at our computer or desk quite a bit. So as always, come back here, leave a comment if you have any suggestions or any thoughts or anything that you feel that you are looking for in your yoga practice. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Hit the subscribe button. You'll find new classes here every single week. As always, have a great day and make it a good one. Bye.